So as I'm I'm debating, what bike to get next. What's the next one? Because this little 250, it just doesn't have enough oomph. I can't hardly go on the freeway. Struggles to get around traffic. If you're first at the light, you'll beat a car who's just, pressing the gas pedal, but you're not going to beat an aggressive driver or, be the first off the line or anything. It's a fun learner bike, but I need more oomph. Can't go up the hills. Even a slight hill is a struggle. So I've been looking at the local dealer, and I've narrowed it down to multiple different types of bikes, multiple different brands. It's not easy. I love the cruiser style. It's fantastic. I just love it. You're cruising around. It's simple. It's cool. It can be loud, and you're there. So I'm looking at, the Honda Rebel 500 was always something to think about, but I don't think that has enough oomph. So there's the 2020 Honda Rebel 1100. Brand new for 2021. A little pricey though. That's the biggest issue. You can get a really nice bike if you got plenty of cash to spend. My budget's probably $8,000 or $9,000. Yeah. The next pick would probably be the Honda. Most of these are Hondas, but pretty much every bike manufacturer is really good. Reliable. The big three Japanese makers and stuff. Honda CB500X. This is an adventure bike. 2020 with ABS. I think it's standard on the 2020 models, but the two that my dealer has three. One's a 2021, and all three have ABSs. There's two others, 2020s. Same price between the 2020s and the 21s. About $6,100, I believe, which isn't too bad, but it's an adventure bike. Very versatile, off-road, on-road, maybe not good for road trips. All the reviews I've been watching and reading say there's this buzz, this vibration in the handlebars at like 6,000 RPMs, which would be cruising speed. It's a 6-speed, its top speed I think was like 140. I don't want to go 140, I want to go, max 80. I'm really not trying to go fast. Torque would be nice. I think I want torque more than anything. I don't think I'd ever go more than 100. I'm not a sport bike guy. I'm not going to be riding crazy and reckless like that. I just want torque to get off the line, be able to get me up the hills. 6 speeds would be nice. So, I don't know. I mean, this thing kind of buzzes. And that's the thing. I read pretty much all the bikes do it. At a certain RPM, you're going to get this vibration. For this bike, it's not really in the handlebars, more so, I don't know, my right shoulder gets stiff from twisting the throttle so much. Maybe that's just how I hold the throttle. Legs get a little bit sore. I don't know, I'm sure every bike, unless you get a touring bike, is going to be uncomfortable, and especially on road trips or just long periods of riding. The next two are naked sport bikes. Kind of sport bikes. They're naked standard, naked sport, however you want to classify them. They are just clean. They're fast. They're torquey, but I don't know how well they would do on a road trip. The first one, the Yamaha MT-07 or MT-09, FZ-07, FZ-09, whatever variant you pick, they're all the same. I think the only difference is whether it's Europe or America, but I've seen them both here, so I don't know. Either way, FZ-07 would be pretty sweet. I think you can get a windscreen for it. So it ends up being more like a little bit of a cruiser. But it'd be super fun around town. Yeah, don't know how it would be on a road trip. And then the Honda CB 650R. Also the naked standard sport, whatever you want to call it. Just another Honda, you know. I love the CB variants. They have a lot of different variants. They had another one, CB500F. They're sold out of those now at my dealer. But those, they were going for like $4,000. They were dirt cheap, pretty sweet. That would have been a nice bike too. So yeah, I don't know which one to get. I think if money wasn't an issue, I'd go and pre-order or purchase a Honda Rebel 1100. I think that'd be really good for long distance, like that dude's bike. That thing's pretty sweet. Be good long distance road trip bike. Be comfortable. It's torquey, has cruise control, ABS. You know, nothing super fancy. You know, no heated grips or anything like that. I'm sure you can get those added no problem, but yeah, it's a conundrum for sure. And I haven't really considered like Royal Enfield, Moto Guzzi. Their 700cc bikes are pretty nice looking and relatively affordable. I don't know, Italian maintenance, whatever. I like the Hondas, the Yamahas. Yeah, it's really tough, and I think you wouldn't really know unless you could test drive it, or at bare minimum sit on them, see how they feel. I don't think the dealer that is around here allows test driving, which is unfortunate. And Harleys, I don't know. I've never considered myself a Harley guy, but they're the cruisers, they're the tourings, they're the muscle, the torque that I want. So why shouldn't I consider a Harley? They're really pricey, and I've heard the reliability is subpar these days. I don't know. Something to consider, I guess, but really just looking at those Hondas, reliability, easy maintenance, the engine's gonna last forever. Tons of accessories, especially for the CB500X. You know, if I wanted to take the windshield off and have it just kind of be like a little bit of a naked bike, you can. If you want to add in what's it called, like the side saddles, there's so many options for that. So many options. You do camping out of the bike, adventures and road trips and yada yada. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun. There's one cruiser, Suzuki, which is basically a newer, well, it's a variant, because they had the old S40, the Suzuki Boulevard, and now the 2019, which my dealer has for like $4,100. It's super cheap. Problem is, it's a single cylinder, but you do get the torque, a little bit of torque, a little bit of noise. Single cylinder. It looks like it still has a carburetor. So it's a classic old school bike, cruiser style, Suzuki S40. But this is a carburetor. I hate the carburetors. You gotta let it warm up, and it idles funny, and you gotta adjust this stupid thing. It's terrible. I don't like it. I want a new bike. Direct injection. Give me that. Hondas have it. I want it. But you pay for it. The S40 would be pretty fun. But I don't know. I guess I gotta go to the dealer and sit on one and see how it feels. The other thing that I wanted to get, well, once I get the bike, once I get a new bike, should be within the next month. I don't know, spring's a tough time to buy because that's when everyone wants to buy. It's riding season, it's starting to get nicer out. It's really cloudy today, not very sunny. The forecast was partly cloudy. with like high of 77. I don't know. It feels like it's 50 out. I'm just wearing a long sleeve though, with my jacket, of course. Once I get the new bike, I'm gonna get a RAM mount for the phone, of course. You can use for navigation. I don't like having it in my pocket, but I don't really navigate. I just drive or ride. I don't really have a destination, and if I do, I know where to go. This camera, as I'm sure you can tell, is crooked because the way it mounts onto the helmet, well, it's crooked. It's at an angle like this, so the video is angled. It's a great camera, great headset. It's a good quality, 1080p, 30 frames a second, whatever. 4K's out there. This is an older model. They don't even make it anymore. It's the 10, I think, C. I want to say it's the Sena 10C. And they have newer ones. They have a newer version of this one. But now they have, oh my god, they have so many different Sena cameras. But they're really nice. So I don't want to upgrade this. What I want is, and you mount it to the handlebars somewhere. Or, even on top of the helmet. I mean, it'd be a little weird, but you could. The GoPro, no, I want it on the handlebars, so you get face view and all around, because it's the GoPro, what is it called, the Hero Max, I think it's the Hero Max 360 camera. It's only like $400 and it's 360. Comes with the software to edit the videos. I've seen it. You can make some fantastic videos. It can record in just one lens. It's just two lenses, front and back of the camera. It's like rectangular, boxy camera. And you can have it record just out of one lens. So you get, standard GoPro video. Or you can have both and you get 360. And then when you're editing the video, you can make it just do one, show the front and then pan over to you. Like, that's pretty sweet, honestly. So I think that's a worthy investment. I'm not a moto vlogger. I don't want to be, don't plan to be, but that'd be some pretty sweet footage. Oh, my forks are leaking like a whore. So yeah, that's the plan with that. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And the end goal, if I really love riding motorcycles as much as I think I do and will, get multiple bikes. So you have your adventure bike, your cruiser bike, your sport bike maybe? Your hooligan bike. For me, that'd be the MT-09. For sure. Hooligan bike. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. So, cruiser bike. I think Honda Rebel 1100 over a Harley. Just because I like the Hondas. Hooligan bike, MT-09 or FZ07. I think FZ07 would have plenty of power. Adventure bike, money was no issue. Maybe the Honda African Twin. I read one of the reviews I watched on the CB500X. He said, what if you bought, what about this over an African Twin? He said it's really not worth the price difference. Just really depends on what you use it for, but you're not getting a whole lot more for the quite a bit extra money for the African Twin. I think it just really depends on what you need and want. Sure, the African Twin's a very capable bike. I haven't researched it a whole lot because it's so incredibly out of my price range. It's a very big bike. It's a lot of bike, for for an adventure bike or just for around town, which is what I generally use this for. You know, just cruising these back streets. You know, those are the ambulances that are coming from UMC. This is downtown medical district. Ton of fun, you know. I dig it, but this just doesn't cut it. I think a 500 would be perfect, and I would recommend to anyone just learning a 500cc would be fine, unless you're an idiot and you don't know how to ride like at all. Like you've never ridden a bike, you've never ridden a dirt bike before, or a four-wheeler, or anything. You have just zero experience. Then I would recommend that to get a 250. Of course, do your MSF course, but no, a 500. Yeah, I didn't listen to everyone. Everyone told me go bigger. You'll get bored of the 250, and I sure did. Oh well.